Would you be uploaded?
No. It's just the whole
thing. What's up, everybody? I'm Julia Loken.
I'm Stevie Anderson.
I'm Lisa Chanou.
And we're What's Your Sign, a comedy astrology podcast for lovers and haters, here to do a deep dive on all of your favorite Amazon Prime YouTube's astrology. And today we are joined by a very special guest. You may know her as Story Mode Bae. It's Bree. What's up, Bree?
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here, and I'm happy to learn a couple of things. I'm ready.
Yes, she's ready. We're ready. Let's talk about the astrology of upload. So flip a tarot card, charge your crystals, light a candle. We're about to go in the stars. All right. I think we should start off with the main man. Everybody, the man, the man everybody wants to get in his mind. Let's talk about Nathan.
AI is just the worst, isn't it?
Oh, Nathan. Everyone wants a piece.
When I was watching, I totally missed the birthday, but I kept going back and forth because I was getting such like heavy water energy from Nathan. I think because he's such a sweetie, we see him like with his niece and he's real like nurturing. So I was going Pisces, Cancer. So of course I Googled a fan website and it like tells that they have his birthday, and the birthday makes him a Virgo, which I think is really interesting because Virgo's the opposite sign to Pisces. I definitely see some of that more mercurial stuff in Nathan. He kind of laughs his way through the afterlife. He has a really good sense of humor. He's kind of wanting to figure things out, wanting things to get sussed out. And that to me is very Virgo. Also in the first episode when he's changing the background of the seasons, he sets it to fall. And to me, that's so Virgo because Virgo's like the harvest. It's kind of that like end of summer, like back to school energy. And that's like when you first get that like first romantic feeling of fall. So I guess maybe I see a Virgo sun with like a water moon, maybe like a Cancer or Pisces moon. What do we think?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, right. When that first episode we see right as he's getting uploaded into Lakeview, there's a flash of his birthday. So we have the year too. We don't have the time because unfortunately Horizon did not provide birth times in their upload system. But so we have September 8th, 2006. So he joined the 27 club. So he's either, by my calculations, either a Pisces moon if he's born earlier in the morning, or he might be an Aries moon if he's born in the afternoon and later. So, and also just fun bonus stuff, Virgo Mercury, Virgo Venus, Libra Mars. So, I mean, I do like the wateriness because he is tapped into his emotional side, but that area I could absolutely, as an Aries moon, I can clock an Aries moon, and I get that he's ambitious, he's competitive. I mean, this man also has all of his ex-girlfriends showing up at his funeral, so you know that he's got that good Aries moon. We know what Aries moons are good for. And he's just like really there and on it. And I think he also puts a lot of pressure on himself to be ambitious and competitive, and I think that's also Virgo and Aries. They really want to do the most and be good at what they do. And I like thinking of him maybe with an Aquarius rising, because then we'd get an 8th house sun. He's this deceased main character. He's into communication, technology, all of these things. And yeah, I mean, I could go on a Pisces moon too. Is there any thoughts or feelings on this moon situation? Because he's on a day that it would switch.
I can go either way, but I am really going to advocate for him having a Leo rising. Obviously, like Stevie and Lisa said, we know the birthday, we know the date. We don't have a rising, though. Leo rising would make it an early morning. It would also put... I mean, he's also just so Leo rising to me, super confident and flirtatious, warm. He also just loves looking at himself in the mirror and literally loses his mind having one hair out of place. Very Virgo Leo to me. But if he had a Leo rising, that would put his Sun Mercury conjunction in his second house of money. And we know that his code, his ideas, Mercury, are his like intellectual property, his money, the thing that everybody's after. And also that would give him an 8th house moon in Pisces. Again, that Leo rising would be an early morning one, which I think totally fits with how much he cares about taking care of people in the afterlife. The 8th house rules inheritance, death, shared resources, and I think like giving the idea of an afterlife to as many people as possible is so Pisces moon, Virgo sun. That opposition, kind of using your own services for other people. I just think I totally see it. That would also put some of that Libra stuff in the 3rd house. We see him have that dance party too with his niece, like those close relatives too. I'm really going to advocate for a Leo rising. Bree, what do you think?
I mean, I'm no horoscope expert myself, but I might be a little bit biased for this one because I am a Virgo, and there's a lot of parts in Nathan that I actually kind of see in myself. I mean, we talked about that perfectionist trait. That one hair out of place would have drove me up the wall. So I get that completely. We also see, those Virgo traits with being logical and problem solving, the way that he was able to help out Nora run away from her attacker. I mean, he was able just to hack into the database real quickly. And Virgos are also really known for being loving and caring to those that they care about. I mean, we saw those relationships with his niece and with his mom. And unrelated, but now that we know Nathan's birthday being September 8th, 2006, the thought of people being born after 2006 makes me feel so old. I don't know.
Oh my
about
God.
you guys.
Hey, there's a case to be made. Obviously, you are not the only one who fell for Nathan. We've got to talk about our girl Nora, the angel.
You know you can walk on water whenever you want, right? You're in heaven, dude. Just ask for these things.
I think that Nora is a Scorpio. I think she is mysterious. We see her listening to music at work. She cares a lot about her work and about her family, which I think Scorpio is kind of that underrated, hardworking sign. The second her boss asks her about like bringing a boyfriend to the Christmas party, she has someone on lock right away. She has a full Scorpio Rolodex. I feel like Scorpios always have people chasing after them, wanting to be more, wanting to get deeper, because they can go deep. That doesn't mean they always want to with you. Scorpio in romance too, I find super idealistic. They can fall in love with someone they barely know, imagine a whole life with them, maybe, I don't know, fall in love with literally the idea of someone, literally someone's upload. And I know we've talked about before on this show about Scorpios and other people's stuff. Scorpio is, the ruler of the 8th house, which is shared possessions, taxes, inheritance, all of that kind of stuff. So Nora being this Scorpio, handling literally people's afterlives, and the way she tries to manage kind of her father's afterlife, to me, makes a very good case for Scorpio. Also, the nightly hookups, she's deleting the app after she gets a 4 stars, then re-downloading it, getting the same guy. To me, all of this is very Scorpio.
Nora was hard to pin down, which makes me think Scorpio, because I think Scorpios don't want to be pinned down. Their MO is definitely being a little more observant and under the radar, except unless they're like an overt Scorpio, like I think Luke is, but we'll talk about it. But she definitely has that dark sense of humor too. She loves pranks and being sort of Martian like that, where she likes to just poke at people, particularly Nathan. She's definitely like, I'm teasing you because I like you, which feels very Scorpionic. And also Scorpio, like Virgo, I think can be very of service and want to give and want to be good at that. She does that with Nathan, with her work, but also with her dad. She says, I think in episode 2, like, I'm a resource, use me. And it's just, I just find that very, that I'm willing to go super deep for you, Scorpio, if you're going to allow me to kind of like really sink my stinger into you. And I love a Virgo Scorpio match. I see these all the time in real life, in the waking world. I think it's like the number one sun sign match that I see out here in these streets. And astrological folklore has it that Scorpio and Virgo were the same sign. They're both that M symbol, but Virgo has that little tail in, Scorpio has that little tail out. And it said, I don't know why, that Libra was placed in between them to, so they stop having sex with each other or something. So I do think that there is that natural Virgo Scorpio attraction, which would make a lot of sense for Nathan and Nora as a couple. Are they a couple? They're a thing for sure.
Yes, I completely agree with the Virgo Scorpio match of Nathan and Nora. And agree, Nora was hard to pin down at first, but as soon as she kind of was like on the case, I definitely got Scorpio vibes. Scorpio is very detective like. They want to get to the bottom of things. They're always digging, like Lisa said, in other people's stuff, but they're also very observant and perceptive and are kind of able to pick up on what's happening below the surface, which also makes them great kind of, observers, detectives, those kinds of things. I also am going to throw in a Capricorn Moon because I do think that she is we see her be really responsible and really like emotionally, I don't know, not strong. That's not the word, but she is kind of like a caretaker in that way. She handles people's problems. She is able to kind of do that with her dad, do that with Nathan, do that with everyone that she angels for, no matter what their age, she's really able to do that. And I think she's also able to set good boundaries with people and kind of give that more, not so much like the tough love sort of thing. It's not mean, but it is a little bit more authoritative, a little more responsible and guiding and helpful in that way. She really does take charge. I also think that would go well with Nathan's placements. That Virgo sun is going to be trying that moon and also sextile her Pisces moon. So I like a Scorpio sun, a Capricorn moon, and I'm going to throw out an Aries rising because I do think that she is a little fiery. Like you said too, there's some kind of pranks. She flips off the camera on her way to work, but also Scorpio very like much is still going to work and doing what she needs to do. Scorpio Cap moon. I don't know.
It's interesting to me because I think all of the Scorpios that I've encountered in my life maybe have only showed me the flip side of being a Scorpio that I didn't really like too much. And for me, it was
names.
Shout out I'm just kidding. But it was hard for me to see that in Nora because I just love her so much. But on the flip side of that, I absolutely do see some Capricorn in there because she is so hardworking and driven and focused on her career. I mean, it was already spoken about, but all of the things that she was able to do, maintaining her dad's health, maintaining this whole relationship with Nathan, even though he might be uploaded. I'm going to call it a relationship because it very much was. If you're sleeping with him, falling asleep in his arms and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, yeah, that's kind of a relationship. But she was able to do all of these things and still keep her 4.8 rating, which could have easily been boosted up to a 5, I feel like, by the way. But she was giving big Capricorn energy to me, I think.
All right, let's move on to the other woman in Nathan's life. Let's talk about Ingrid.
Is this dress okay? I wanted to show off my shoulder blades. I just got them sharpened. Oh my God. Did you go too sharp?
Oh, Ingrid.
I think it's safe to say that no one wants to be this one. Everyone watching is like, please don't let it be my sign. Like, this person is like described as entitled, phony. She's manipulative. There isn't a lot of positive to say about Ingrid. Hold for this one. I'm going to say that she's also a Scorpio, embodying some of the same types of traits that Nora has, but in a very negative way of manifesting it. So I think maybe speaking to what Bree said earlier, maybe some of those Scorpios that kind of rub you the wrong way, maybe Ingrid's a better representation of that side of Scorpio.
I wouldn't have thought of this Scorpio angle, but I do like it, especially thinking about the fact that Nathan does like both of them. I'm going to give her a Capricorn rising because I think that she is impeccably put together and, again, really cares about how she is perceived, wants to portray herself as someone together who is ambitious, who is driven and an independent kind of powerful force. I'm going to give her a Libra sun and an Aries moon because she also does care. I just think that she doesn't have much. I hesitate to go with the Scorpio because I don't get a lot of water energy from her. I get a lot of fire, air, earth, which is kind of like hot and forceful and relentless, but and shows itself through action as opposed to being kind of tender and enveloping like a water sign. It's like she changes the occupancy on the car, occupant priority, versus saying, I'm here for you, I love you. She's like gonna go out and do it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Ingrid makes me laugh. You know, she's out there getting experimental beautification procedures. You know, they're put bees on her face. It just I mean, it just makes me laugh. And I've seen, you know, who I've seen. This is just real life sampling. People I've seen do the most in terms of experimental beauty procedures, being just like a walking fabulous mess is, you know, wait for it, Geminis. I get such Gemini energy from her. I like thinking of her and Nathan as very mercurial together. I do like the Scorpio, but I'm going to clock it as a rising because I think she's really hitting the streets in this Scorpionic way. But I want to give her this opposite moon in the 7th house and a Taurus moon for all like the indulgence and the good stuff and wanting to be, you know, very invested in relationships, the ones that she keeps with Nathan, and then also thinking about the ones she wants to actually have out in the world. She wants to party, she wants to have a good time, she wants to throw a fabulous funeral that's not even about her dead boyfriend, and that's just the life she lives. And look, she's kind of down. I think of all like Gemini and Scorpio as very down signs. She's both extremely demanding, but also isn't forcing anything. She just kind of like runs away when it's time to deal with things, which feels kind of air sign of like, whoop, oh, you want to actually buy something in-app while I'm in a facial, so I'm going to leave you alone. But now she's in Lakeview. I think she's going to be forced to realize she can't get her way. And season 2 is going to be quite a rude awakening for Miss Ingrid, and I'm excited to see her in there and also interacting more with Nora because I really liked their little, I don't know, they were kind of friends in that car scene.
This is interesting because, yeah, I mean, no one wants to be Ingrid. I mean, she's just kind of entitled and rude and all of these things. She did have some really nice sides about her every once in a blue moon, but not too often. To me, she was kind of giving me a little bit of Leo energy. I mean, the way that she was able to flip everything and make it all about her. I mean, from the funeral, how do you make your dead boyfriend's funeral about you? I mean, I feel like she just kind of flipped everything and wanted all of the focus to be on her. Sorry to the Leos, but sometimes you guys can be just a little bit dramatic. And I mean, if the beat facial isn't dramatic or cutting your shoulders isn't dramatic, I'm not really sure what is. And I mean, just for, you know, the extra cherry on top, basically uploading herself so she could be with Nathan.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, she was giving me a little bit of Leo energy there.
That is very much a point for a fixed sign to me, the uploading of yourself being like, I will not take this no for an answer. I would rather become consciousness than accept a breakup. That's very fixed to me. Well, that's what we think about Ingrid. Sound off in the comments and let us know what sign you think Ingrid is. And let us know if it's yours. Are you Ingrid?
Please warn us.
That's been our breakdown of Upload. We know we have more characters to do, and we'll be back in the future with another episode, so keep an eye out for that.
You can listen to our podcast, What's Your Sign? New episodes every Monday, wherever you get your podcasts.
And Bree, where can our viewers find you?
Well, you guys can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, literally everywhere, all over the internet. I'll probably be there.
Yes. And we hope you will be with us next time we go in the stars.
Of course.
Bye. Brew.
Whoa, oh my god! I see the
See you later. We have to try everything.
Drink.
I'll be
taking this later.
I don't care about the show. I just want a good blooper reel.
I want to learn science.
You guys are going to make me look like I'm in the show, right? You're going to put in the effects. Replace the green. I don't want to look like an asshole here.
Sorry.